Needs a printer again. Anyway. Welcome to another edition of Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast where the two heads behind Yoda Soda Creations pretty get together with a friend or two, in this case one friend, and pretty much talk about either what's dropped recently, which we'll be going back to next week when season 8 gets back on track.
Get your act together.
in this case, we're recapping actually, and ran into a bit of a thing during the planning process. I almost forgot that BronyCon was happening this weekend, so it came down to three choices. There were two convention-esque episodes that were considered, but one of them eventually turned into one of them kind of stopped the convention scene halfway through. The other
kind of a mocking sense, wasn't it?
And the other were some character attitudes. I wasn't quite sure I wanted to get wasn't quite sure I wanted to see yet. Wasn't quite sure I wanted to watch again yet. So instead, because my dad's away sailing, we decided to do something dedicated to his hobby of sailing. This is Pony Point of View, back in season 6.
Wow, reaching far back. It doesn't even feel that far back, but I'm like, is this technically really far? I'm going to give her a comically large scope. So what do you guys think? It sounded like Sarcasm had some good points right off the bat. What do you think, Sarcasm?
I didn't really like it.
Didn't like it? So far we haven't had a lot that you've haven't liked. I mean...
Most of it has to do with like the resolution.
Yeah.
It's like you're sort of building up this mystery, and they commit one of the major sins of a mystery, having the solution be something that wasn't previously established. That creature comes out of nowhere, was never mentioned before, and it's like, it felt weak.
So lazy writing, kind of?
Kind of, yeah.
I see that point. I definitely see that point, yeah. I felt it was kind of weird.
Kind of hate to disagree, but I honestly kind of like the comedy out of this one.
Ooh, the what of it, sorry?
This was a very funny episode.
Oh, it was funny, yeah. What do you think, Sarcasm?
I mean, there were a few points that were kind of...
I mean, it wasn't like a comedy, yeah.
It's like trying to balance, okay, that's kind of funny, but also, they're really exaggerating the, whatever, with how they're biased against, I mean, the Pirate Applejack thing was okay, that was kind of funny, but...
I thought Applejack was going to be the trustworthy one, you know what I mean? You think being the element of honesty, that's just the first thing that pops out of everyone, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what they were trying to get each other out of their element.
That's true. Yeah.
The idea was actually something. The idea was honestly something new. The idea was honestly trying to do something new and different. Not necessarily getting out of their traits, per se.
I know. It was just too easy. I couldn't pass that one up, you know?
I see. I think, yeah, it wasn't my favorite episode. It was one of the, it was okay movie. It was an okay one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely not among the lows of the season, but it's like average.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one too much. You know what I mean?
Sounds like me to rework my favorites list a bit.
No. If they're your favorites, I mean, we can't change your mind. I'm gonna shoot. I hate this feather. I do not know how to draw feathers. Yeah, sure, that'll be good for now. I think, I did like the Twilight in this was good. She didn't, she wasn't stupid. She actually didn't have any weak points. I like this Twilight. She's kind of like a, you know,
Yeah.
the powerful character she should have been, you know, or it's meant to be, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, huh, that's weird. I'll take everyone's opinion. And then she deduced the true cause of the accident. So in the end, she was the most truthful.
Yeah.
So it is a Twilight-centric episode. Like the spike in this. The spike in this was funny. I liked how he was kind of forced to take notes the whole time, even though kind of didn't really matter.
And he was paying attention. And it's a good thing he was paying attention because otherwise he would have known exactly what happened after, exactly how they got back. And honestly, that was very. And honestly, the fact they didn't make it. And honestly, the fact they didn't make it that far away from the dock was honestly pretty hilarious. Gets me every time.
Yeah, they made it about 18 feet. If you guys don't remember the episode, yeah, they show them like making it like out, not even past the dock, really. Literally, they could have thrown ropes to the dock and they would have been fine. So apparently, the monster that sank their ship was in harbor. Apparently, Twilight could have proved her point by sitting on the dock.
I mean, having her look around there and having like a hint of something in the water could have been at least give a little hint that there was something going on.
Yeah.
With what they went with. But
it would have been nicer, yeah, if there was like a more obvious, truthful one, you know, I don't know, yeah, I get what you mean. Because all of their stories clashed so much, like there wasn't any unifying fact, I guess. I see what you mean.
and I'm only like this with the whole mystery thing because I am a bit of a mystery fan.
I see. Oh, sorry. You wouldn't see any of this because it'd be behind the flag. I just realized.
Behind the sail, you mean?
She's looking straight into the sail. That actually is kind of funny. Listen. She's looking at the sail. She's like, over there. Oh, shoot. It's just the flag. I mean, the sail. Let's put like a little island drawing right here.
Perfect.
Okay, that's the thing. I like that too much. I like the we got some of the pets. We got the pets referenced again, boy. The pets haven't existed for seasons. You know, like Aloysius. You know, like where'd Aloysius go? He's just gone.
That's a good question.
Is there like an owlery in the castle?
They're kind of a thing they show up from time to time, from what I've seen.
It's what? Sorry.
They're kind of a thing they show up from time to time. They don't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
Essential most of the time.
Oh, by the way, I was looking at reference art, and this is the greatest thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Well, dream. Real proper dream. By the way, someone's actually walking around BronyCon with a DJ Flory kind of.
That's amazing. I have to
Yes.
go.
Speaking of BronyCon, I'm actually thinking of going there next year.
Ooh. Maybe we should all try to go. That'd be sick.
I want to get there at least go there at least once before the if the leaks are to be believed, before the show ends.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking as well. I'm like, if I gotta see it in its heyday before it goes, or you know, before it calms down. I'm guessing it'd go for a couple more years, even afterwards. But yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible that at conventions like BronyCon and Every may still keep going on, since it is a decently sized fan base. But like, odds are the number of conventions will start to thin out after a while.
Yeah, for sure. I hope not too much drastically. I hope there's like Everfree Northwest for a while, or they keep doing.
Well, I mean, it's Everfree for West Coast, BronyCon for East Coast.
Yeah. Well, they got the one in LA too, don't they? There's one in LA. Maybe that one would be the West Coast one that they keep.
There used to be one in LA. Now the primary California is, I think, San Francisco.
Oh, it's San Francisco. Okay. Well, I mean, like, it's like Star Trek, you know, if Star Trek was, yes, it was, I think it might be a little bit more popular, but, I mean, it's like, Star Trek was less popular than Star Wars, and it kept going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's even a Power Rangers convention, so...
Exactly, yeah. Power Rangers has been dead for ages. I mean, like, they had a movie recently, but it's like, that's it.
Well, to be fair, they did recently Hasbro's going to be in charge now, instead of Spawn.
Ooh.
Yeah, they got the rights.
Yeah, but anyways, back to ponies.
Right.
Well, basically, the new series once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
There's also a nightmare at a convention of sorts, and somehow there hasn't been talked about. Well, the reboot talk often comes up once in a while, but somehow but I haven't heard much of.
Of what? Sorry.
Well, basically, there are conventions for shows that usually. Well, basically, there are conventions for shows that have either. Well, basically, there are conventions for shows that keep going, despite the fact that certain franchises are basically what. Despite the fact certain franchises.
And yeah, cease to be made.
Well, basically one version got. Well, basically one version.
I think this fandom's strong enough that it'll keep going.
Yeah.
With that show. And I doubt it'll stay showless, without, another version for long. You know what I mean?
I mean, there were like design leaks for Gen 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm skeptical of it, but I'm always skeptical of new things. It's hard to say. I mean, have you seen this paradox where if you draw a box like this, if you draw it like this, and then you have lines like this, sorry, kind of more like this. I'm a perfectionist. I gotta have this perfect, or better than that at least. So if it's a square like this, you can technically say you're like, okay, so is this the front, right? Or is this the front? And you're like, breaking my brain. Used to be able to draw this. Kind of hard. Like this.
I'm going to episode about differences and things in common. I like to make an argument. I like to make a bit of an argument that he explicitly stated there was one connection. One connection. Cucumber sandwiches, the bubbles, and the water swell.
Okay, yeah, there were a couple of things that.
Nate?
Yeah?
Huh?
You were growing silent for a moment.
Gone dark. It's gone dark, sir. Hey, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I forgot. Wow. It's actually a really hard shape to draw. Maybe that's what they see in the distance. See one of these. They're like, whoa, what's that? I think I'm gonna put Nick standing on a box.
Alright.
Yeah. I loved the shift. The shift in this episode was a lot of fun. They really tried to make the boat like feel realistic. It's pretty hard to do with like a 2D aspect kind of.
Yeah, the boat was nice.
Yeah. They're trying really hard to. You can tell they're trying really, really hard to get it to look right. I'm kind of sad we didn't get my favorite type of ship. So like, there's like chintzy ways to make a boat. You can make the back of a boat look like this. I've never liked that shape. That's a cheesy way of making it. I've kind of always liked like this shape of boat. Or it's kind of like. That. Massive top. There's two ways to making a boat. They went for this way.
You made a good point, by the way. The animation during the storm scene was really good.
It was for the normal episode status quo. Oh shoot! I'm scared. I don't know how to draw it when he's standing on a box. I think I'll do wireframe first. It's a small boat, guys. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. See, I like doing this. I like making boats because they're really nice and straight and easy to draw. But once we get too advanced, it's, ooh. Watch out, boys. Hold up. That was funny.
What was that, your ring gun?
I believe so. Guess what my ringtone is? You're right, it's Gravity Falls, no?
All I could hear was a flute in there.
I can't do that high pitch. It's too high.
Sorry about that.
We're teleporting through time and space. Warp drive engaged. Teleporting through time and space. Okay. Which do you think of all three stories was the most believable?
We're getting some interference.
Yeah, I think it's. Ooh, there it is. Yeah. Alex. Oh. Yep. Okay. Which of the three stories do you think is the most believable? This, you know, besides the real one. And which of the, so you can, so out of, so if, you know, there's three stories, right? Each story, right? And there's three characters for each story. Which one of each character was the most accurate to the real one? You know what I mean? I think so you'd think it'd be like if this one was Apple Horses, then hers would be the most accurate for Apple Horse. But there, like with Rarity, I don't know, because Rarity was kind of boastful.
Not Rarity. Rarity had the Pirate Applejack thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think hers was a bit too over the top. But it was so funny.
It was funny.
I think from what Sarcasm is saying, the one where AJ wasn't. Well, she's still. Well, the fact she was. Well, the fact she was still a high seas. Well, the fact she was still doing the high seas adventure thing, but not having a bit of a pirate flair.
The Applejacks, probably.
Yeah. From what Sarcasm is saying, I think Applejack is probably the most believable.
Most accurate, yeah.
Yeah, it's like oh, Pinkie Pie's being weird. Well, that's Pinkie Pie, so it's like, can you really say that that wouldn't be accurate?
So Pinkie Pie's is accurate. Well, they're all accurate to what they think of each. So do you think that's how they think of each other? You know what I mean? Like, is that how they see each other the whole time? Because Applejack's view of Pinkie Pie is amazing. Basically, how the fandom views Pinkie Pie. By the way, just don't look at this, okay?
I don't think we're going into the kind of territory you're thinking.
Hmm?
I don't think we're going into the kind of territory you're thinking.
Oh, yes. It's hard to draw ponies from the back. You don't ever really do it. I'm gonna look up a picture, dude. I'm like lost.
I should probably point out that it says something that the movie actually has better pyro costumes than what AJ had here.
When AJ was giving her account.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't so much pirate as like,
Crab Fisher.
I was thinking, if I'm correct, Captain Ahab.
Ooh. I have not read Moby Dick yet.
Neither have I.
We are both out of our element.
I saw one movie, and it had Patrick Stewart.
Ooh.
I have read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So I got that under my belt. So if we get a submarine episode, I'll be the expert on that.
I also know that movie.
Oh yeah, the old one. I haven't watched the movie. I've read the book. And by the way,
The Disney film with Disney film with James Mason, Kirk Douglas, and Peter Lorre.
yeah. And by the way, the movie doesn't mean 20,000 leagues this way. It means 20,000 leagues this way. I never knew that. They never go 20,000 leagues down. They just always go 20,000 leagues sideways.
I think going down. I think they refer to going down. I think they refer to going down as a fathom.
Yeah, usually it
It's
is.
a mermaid down 40 fathoms.
Run in
They only go to I
Run
think they go to 300 fathoms max or something. Which is still really, really deep, but.
Yeah, I know nothing about things like that, so I'll take your word for it.
She's gonna be like looking off to the. She's like, where, you know? Where? Where? Perfect. First comic audition? What? I actually might do that. That might be really funny. I'll add that in later. She has wings and a horn, doesn't she? Yeah. I gotta speed run this, dude. Oh, jeez.
Oh wait, it wasn't a movie. It was actually a television miniseries, and I don't even. And at the time, I didn't even know what miniseries was.
Which was this? What was the miniseries?
The Patrick Stewart movie, Dick.
Oh, it's a miniseries? That's weird. Oh, I forgot her hat. It actually covers up like most of her head. Should I just get rid of the hat?
Or you can have her holding it in her magic if you're worried about the head.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Oh shoot, I gotta, dang it. I like that tail. Okay, I redrew it real fast. Kind of dumb for her to take off her cloak, or I mean her hat, just to look, because I mean that's what a hat's for. The sun and all. And for some reason I never knew, you know, Treasure Planet? Like the Disney movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
For some reason I never connected that it's Treasure Island but in space. I don't know how I didn't get that.
Well, the clue of Robert Louis Stevenson's. Well, if you had seen one of the trailers, they clue out that it's a Robert Louis Stevenson. Clue out Robert Louis Stevenson, so that might have helped a bit.
Yeah, I think I just watched the movie and I never knew, you know, any of that. We got a foreground, a background, a mid-ground, a high ground, a low ground, a sun. We don't even have an ocean yet.
Getting back to the wardrobe changes, did you notice how Rarity basically went from life jacket to large captain's outfit to the dress from Titanic?
That's true. I
I
will
mean,
check.
her outfit in all 3 stories?
Her wardrobe basically changes from life jacket to captain's outfit to the dress from Titanic.
Huh. Never really noticed that.
Oh, and I'm rewatching parts of it, and in her storyline, she's wearing the life vest. So both other stories are flattering her for her dressmaking because Pinkie Pie's is of her in a captain's vest, and Applejack's has been in the dress. Whoa. Hint, hint. Wink, wink.
For some reason, think about something when they didn't change her wardrobe a bit. Darn it.
Sorry about that. I got lost connection.
What happened?
I lost internet connection.
You know when that happens.
Yeah. Pretty stupid. Here, I'm getting my feed back up. Do you see my screen again?
Yep.
There it is. Okay, good.
Yep, there you go.
I was going to draw the ship, the freaking Titanic, like this. And then like this bit. But then I got rudely interrupted. But their ship sank like this.
They didn't hit a rock, they hit a large. Well, it was originally interpreted a wave, but it was instead some sort of creature, which, by the way, while the Bunyip is a mythical creature, a lot of people tend to make a connection to Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster.
This is how it actually happened right here.
And someone's having background noise appears.
They get eaten by a giant beak. It's actually the Sarlacc pit right here. And then there's Boba Fett, and he goes. He actually escapes.
Speaking of which, Billy D. Williams is confirmed for episode 9.
Who?
Speaking of which, Billy D. Williams, the guy who plays Lando Calrissian, he's coming back for episode 9.
What? How would he be in 9? They just gotta bring back He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Sounds about right.
Calling it now. He's gonna die. Ooh. sorry guys, but he has to. If they're original series character, they're gonna die.
Right. But before or after Chewbacca dies?
Chewbacca will be fine. He's got the cuteness factor going for him, so he's in the clear.
Funny you should claim that, because in the original expanded universe comics, Chewbacca actually dies during the Clone War.
Yeah. About that.
Oh yeah, didn't they drop a moon on him or something?
Well, at least he went out with a bang. See what I did there? There's so much line work here, I am very not excited to do this. I think I'm gonna chintz it out, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna do it in black and, you know, I'm not gonna do it all fancy like. I kind of like just working in black. It's actually a lot of fun.
Getting back to what I was saying. It's interesting how it's a wave in fantasy, and then it turns out to be a sea creature, which it turns out is actually a mythological creature. But a lot of people like to connect it to Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster.
But he ain't. What is he actually based on? So it's just its own mythological monster on its own.
Australian Aboriginal mythology.
Ooh. Ooh. That's fun. So who researched this? Does he actually kind of look like that, or is that a dramatization of what he looks like? I kind of want to look it up now. What's he look like? Is it a he? What do we got? What has Google come back with for us?
From what I can see, the most prominent feature is a dog-like head.
That'd be pretty freaky, coming out of the water at you. To be honest, that would upset my day. I wouldn't. Yeah. No thanks. Actually. Did it like eat ships or something? Or was he as chill as he was in this episode? I'm kind of doubting it, to be honest, that he'd be this chill. That chill. What did the overlords at Google have to say?
Alright, common accounts. Alright, here are the common accounts. Dog-like face, crocodile-like head, dark fur, horse-like tail, flippers, and a walrus-like tusks or horns. Or a duck-like bill.
A duck-like bill.
Much like the platypus, apparently.
It is a platypus. It's actually a platypus, guys. Sorry, spoiler alert. I think I'm gonna make it even more comical. Yes. I'm loving it. Perfect. I think I'm gonna make this cartoony. I think I'm just gonna keep everything like a simplistic version. I mean, I like that. I like how it looks like that, you know? I could make it more detailed, but I just kind of like how it's cartoony. It's a good one.
Apparently in Quest they were gentle. Apparently in Quest they were gentle because this states they are deadly.
They're deadly. As with most real versions of things, they're not quite as nice as they are in the comics.
Unless, of course, they can be trained, like dragons.
Exactly. My point exactly.
That's got one.
Usually dragons don't send magical letters to princesses on a whim. But I've always loved suspended disbelief. If you've ever read the Terry Pratchett books, you'll know what I mean, because like half of that book is like, you know trolls and gargoyles, but this is what our spin is on them, you know. You know what I mean? It's they put their own spin on it to make it fun.
I think Luke displays what you're. I think Luke displays what you're referring to. When it's revealed who Darth Vader really is.
The Discworld. Or the suspended disbelief thing.
Suspended disbelief.
Yeah. So you go into a story expecting something, and then you don't get that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of what we get with the wizards in that series. The wizards are like these, you know, you think what do you think of a wizard? You know, what are some buzzwords you think of when you think of wizard? Just tell me some. Sarcasm?
I'm mostly picturing Merlin every time I hear that.
A what?
I'm mostly picturing Merlin every time I hear that.
Okay, Merlin.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. So basically, in this book, wizards are just like these selfish people that kill each other if they need to. But they don't do that anymore because it's inefficient. They used to do it a lot. But now you see that they find that it's much easier just to outlast each other and get their jobs out of it. And they just kind of, you know, they constantly have their heads on a swivel just in case somebody gets any funny ideas. But, you know, that's the old times, you know. We don't do this type of thing. And they got, like, no, everyone's kind of an idiot. It's pretty great. It's amazing.
Do they not wear hats?
What? Oh, of course. Oh. Of course they have to wear hats, but the hats don't do anything, of course. They're just there, and if, you know...
Because Harry Potter's pretty much the only thing that hasn't been wearing hats.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they have to wear hats in the story because, I mean, how else would they know that you're a wizard? And everyone in the town's like, oh, there's some wizards coming. Like, how do you know that? Oh, well, they got the hats for it. Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Yes.
So if you're wearing the hat, I mean, you're a wizard. You're like 85% of the way there to being a wizard. You don't actually have to do anything yet. But, you know, it really helps to have the hat. In fact, I even have an art piece that I bought from this artist at Everfree Northwest. I forgot their names. I have it hanging up on my wall. It's of one of the characters that constantly, round the clock, runs away from all his problems, and he's a wizard. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to reading those books.
Oh. Dude.
My sister introduced a friend of hers to that, who is actually now one of the staff members at Everfree Northwest. They used to go to high school together.
Oh.
Yeah, if you've never read those, seriously, you need to get into them. Have you read them, Alex?
The only way I know of the name Terry Pratchett is the only reason I know the name Terry Pratchett is because one of my sister's friends said it. It was part of a small video I did for one of her birthday parties.
Totally. If you get time, read them. They're funny. Read the Night Watch series first, okay? and then read "Going Postal." That's amazing. I hope one day we get a Terry Pratchett joke in this Milo 20 series. I think it fit well. There's some really funny stuff. Actually, Star Swirl. No, well, I forgot his name for some reason. Sunbird.
Yes, Star Swirl the Bearded. Yes, Star Swirl the Bearded is basically the Merlin of Equestria.
I meant who's Starlight?
Sunburst.
Sunburst. Yeah, Sunburst. Sunburst. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Sunburst is basically a Rincewind. You know, he reads a lot, but he doesn't do anything. And
Mostly,
like when it
mostly
comes
reading,
to,
but he applies his knowledge whenever needed. Mostly reading, but he applies his knowledge whenever needed.
Okay, he's much better than Rincewind then. Because Rincewind doesn't actually know how to do magic. But he is a wizard, because he's got the hat for it. And if you have the hat, you can't deny it, alright? It's just a done deal. I think this drawing is going to have to stay black and white. But that doesn't mean it's not finished, I don't think. You know what I mean? I might do it gray. I've kind of always wanted to do a grayscale, you know what I mean? Where you draw, so like, I'll give you an example. So like if I'm coloring in Flurry Heart, I just do it all in grays. So like, you know, I'm going like, everything I do is with her, it's in a gray, technically. So maybe I'd actually do it in a crosshatch type of deal.
Working several shades of gray.
Like come up with this. Yeah. Something like this, and then that kind of gives it a fun effect. I like that. I might do that. We'll see. I first need to finish all the lining.
Yes.
All right. This is pretty good. Oop. Now the ship. Yay! Oops.
Going back to Twilight, she definitely was paying attention because otherwise she would have missed those. Because otherwise she would have missed those details.
Obviously, no. Oh shoot! Oh. I think I've never done anything like in the foreground either. We'll see. Wait, which layer is this on? Okay. All right. We're doing the boat, guys. Watch out. Was that a sigh?
No, it's the caffeine's starting to wear off.
Oh. Back to singing. So I'm kind of using a line to cheat. I'm kind of cheating and using a like a ruler type of deal. The thing about working with wood is it's actually kind of nice to draw because it doesn't need to be perfectly straight because it's wood. You know, and it's a wood boat. You know, you can't get everything perfect, right?
Huh. Never thought about that.
Unless, of course, you're Mr. Craftsman for something like the figurehead.
So I am using a ruler, like a ruler thing, but guess what it is?
What?
So I'm actually, oh, that's actually probably affecting why it's so wiggly. I'm actually using a topographical map of Mount St. Helens that I 3D printed. Oh, wait, does that look weird if I just do it like that, you think?
A bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Definitely.
There you go.
So, what other points do you got, Sarcasm?
Not much, really.
It was I don't know. So you were saying you didn't like the episode very much. I didn't think I loved it, but I think it was a pretty decent one, to be honest. I think it was.
It's fairly in the average range for me.
Okay, yeah. It's definitely in my, I'd say it's my average range too. I think we were letting off that it was a bad episode, kind of, you know what I mean?
At least one of them. Well, one of us was. The other two are, one of us was. The other two are pretty much in the more likability range.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was amazing, but I don't think it was awful, you know. It's kind of it's one of those unorthodox ones. I wish it had a little bit more build-up, and it was a little bit of what is it? Explanation heavy at the start with Twilight, you know, going to the train station. It's like, I can't wait for my friends to come home from the ship ride. You know, it's like, that did not sound very candid. Like, that was not very fluid.
Oh, Sarcasm brought this up earlier before we started. He was kind of interested in seeing where the flight school reunion went.
Yeah, exactly. I think I agree with you, Sarcasm, and that might have been a more interesting episode.
Yeah, I forgot we didn't bring that up when we actually started recording.
Are you still with that idea?
Yeah.
How do you think an episode like that would go?
They did that kind of thing twice. They did that kind of thing twice now, actually. There was Games Play Play and Spiking Your Service for Season 3. And Season 5, there was Brothers Social and Agent Ready Remain Head. Agent Ready Remain Head, but I can't remember exactly what the episode title was.
School us. Well, they did do a comic of it, didn't they? Is that what they're referencing? Didn't they do a comic of that a long time ago? Like of Fluttershy?
I don't know.
And yeah, Rainbow Dash. They went. She was like scared or something. I don't know which. I don't know which issue it was. Are you up on the comics at all?
Unfortunately, I'm a bit behind.
Yeah, I just kind of look them up online usually. If I even get
How
time.
far behind?
I don't remember, actually. It's been a while since I've actually read them.
You should have seen the 2 latest issues with Tempest. That was amazing.
I plan on getting around to that.
Oh, those sound amazing. Yeah, I should really schedule those in somewhere. I can't. Maybe we get a Tempest episode coming up, do you think? Or do you kind of doubt that still?
That is if they
Not
can
the
get
TV budget.
That is if they can get Emily Blunt.
That's true. That's the problem with having like star actors. It's like you never see him again. Or if you do, they're like in the background. They're like, "Hey guys."
Well done,
That's the cost you have to.
well
That's
done,
the cost you have to pay. You go ahead.
well, John Delancey's been doing it for a long time.
That's true. That's true. He was kind of with the fandom though from the start.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of adapted to it. He's like, "Yeah, I can do this full time." I don't know. I mean, if I was a actor, wouldn't you want to have like a voice acting job from like? Because I mean, that would be like a steady pay. You know what I mean? I guess maybe they'd ask a lot is the problem.
Right.
You go into a lot of auditions as well.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't be as hard as working at the airport. Because that, from personal experience, is not fun. Let me tell you. You know why? Because the government gets involved. Yay!
Oh boy.
And they're always very speedy when doing things. Right? Right?
Right.
Exact. Oh, shoot. Her hat's transparent, guys.
Oops.
Look, I was drawing through the back of my 3D print, so it was a lot harder to see than you might think. I think this is a really good base. Look at that!
Yeah.
It's taking me a long time to get there because there's so much stuff on the screen, but this is one of the most complicated drawings I've done so far, by far. At least scene-wise, you know what I mean?
And yet you got all the good details.
Look at that. We got the mast, the rigging. I don't actually know how rigging works, so I'm just kind of guessing. Don't touch me.
Made in Manhattan, that was it.
Huh?
Remember back you were kind of wishing there were 2 different things going on in 2 different episodes, and yet they were somewhat connected.
Oh, yeah.
The season 5 thing I was referencing was Brotherhood Social and Made in Manhattan.
Okay. Do you think there'll be epic music playing while they're doing this? Most definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think they do this with ropes, but I think it's kind of more comical if you had like ropes holding the mast on. You're like, yeah, I nailed it. That's good.
I've seen a lot of mesh work. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of lines.
That'll probably hold it. If we just get into a storm, we'd be done. Don't, just go away. There we are. Wow. I don't know why I got that song stuck in my head.
Yo ho ho in a bottle of pop. That's more familiar tune for me.
99 bottles of milk on the wall, 99 bottles of milk. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of milk on the wall. 98 bottles of milk on the wall. 98 bottles of milk. Take one down, pass it around. 97 bottles of milk on the wall.
And of course, the reason why they're going through the bottles so quickly is because the bottles are on the wall and not in the fridge.
That's true. But they're also passing them around, so each one gets like a smidgen of drink, you know what I mean?
Do you guys know Kim Possible?
Huh?
Do you guys know Kim Possible?
The YouTuber? Or the video, the movie?
The Disney series.
Yeah.
I know it, I didn't watch it.
I haven't really watched it either, but I know of it.
Okay, in the, okay, there was a scene you were reminding, okay, there's a scene you were reminding me when you were singing the, bottles on the wall. It's in the episode Downhill, and she was basically trying to,
Get them to drink? No.
No, they were on a bus. They were headed up. No, they were on a bus. They were headed up to Mount Middleton, and she was basically like, "Oh no!" And at one point, her face was on the glass, and she slides down.
98 bottles of milk on the wall. 98 bottles of milk. Take them down and pass it around. 97 bottles of milk on the wall. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, wait. We can't drink that. What do you mean? Oh, dude, I just realized what this is actually.
That barbecue?
No.
Oh.
It's a loot box.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, that kind of looks like a loot box. No, that's probably not what he's going for.
I actually kind of want to keep that too. Okay, it's too big. I'll do the smaller box over here. That's the loot box.
Hey, they're shipping precious cargo.
Oh, definitely. All the skins and stuff. Let me look up what a loot box looks like. I forgot what it looks like. I was just doing it off of memory. Overwatch. You're like over dramatic usually.
I've heard lots about that game. Unfortunately, I don't play it. So
I kind of gave up on playing it. I've never been a huge shooter fan. Well, I mean, okay, I like shooters sometimes, but they kind of get boring. To be honest, because you play on the same map over and 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 over. Yeah.
I'm kind of an on-off player with Overwatch.
Yeah, it's kind of like a. I haven't played it in about a year, but I need to. Maybe I'll play it again soon. I've heard it's kind of losing players, sadly, but I don't really know. I'm not a. I'm not up on it a lot, I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of funny. I actually got into it because I think it was like last year's anniversary event. They brought in all these different dance emotes, and the one for me is the dance from the ending theme of Haruhi Suzumiya. If you've seen that.
Oh, I don't know. Oh wait, maybe I do. Okay.
It's like. This character is doing an anime dance. I must have that.
Yes, please.
And then I find out Genji got a Kamen Rider skin. It's like, don't know if you're familiar with what that is.
I'm not a huge, I don't know much about that spectrum of art.
Well, do you know Saban's Masked Rider?
Probably not. Let's just be honest.
From what I heard from someone who actually reviewed a crossover fanfiction between Land Before Time and Kamen Rider, I think it's something related to Power Rangers.
Kind of. Power Rangers is more team-based, while Kamen Rider is more solo, though there are sometimes more than one there.
My friend tried to make me watch Attack on Titan, but I was like, eh. I'm not a huge gore fight fan, you know what I mean? I'm not like super excited about stuff like that.
Right.
Okay, I couldn't help myself.
Now that's
I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's better. They're shipping love. They're shipping love. It's a ship, for heaven's sake.
Sounds legit.
Yep. Passes my body. Why did they call it a ship? Not on mistake, you know. If you have a 3D printer, it immediately makes your room sound futuristic. I don't care who you are, but I mean, having a 3D printer, just sound like you're living in the 2080s.
Be right back. I need to take care of something.
Right.
Okay. Can you chill for a second? BRB.
Chill for a second. Yeah.
I have to make that.
I don't want to take too long tonight. I think I'll actually be finished with this drawing pretty soon. I'll add some more details, but I think I have to go to bed pretty early today because I have to actually get up like at 6 a.m.
Yeesh.
So that's not fun. In fact, it's quite depressing. It hurts me to my soul. But I'm liking what we got here. This is a good, good base. I think I can almost publish this. I think I'll make a white background. That will actually improve it quite a lot. I think. Let's see. Oh. There we go. All right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I think I might make it a comic, so then it's like, oh, okay, he was going for a comic the whole time. So,
Might want to add something like a magical glow around the telescope, because how the heck is she holding that thing?
It's magic. No, the magic is magic. No.
Yes, but
Yeah, it's kind of impressive how each week the art gets more complex and elaborate.
I'm liking that. I'm changing up, and have you noticed that I've kind of changed how I do it each time?
A little bit.
Look at that. We got like a specific brush.
nice.
Wow.
That's not right. That's Flurry, not Twilight. You can't use the sparkle brush for...
Would they just grab like a section of it or like that? What's better? Is it like just some big stars like that? And then just, no. Here, let's do it. So like, geez. Ooh, you can do transparency. That's okay. So maybe like that. We'll do it like this, right? And then maybe just like a grip on each one.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to add the speech bubbles. The speech bubbles are key. Whoa. Whoa, shoot, I've never, no.
I am suddenly reminded
Yeah,
of
that's
the
basically what I did when I discovered that tool.
I am suddenly reminded of the animated version of Eric Carl's Axial Song. There was wonderful music that accompanies that.
Hold on.
She's like mind reading.
Whose dog was that?
Freeze time.
Whose dog was that?
I don't have a dog, so. Rip Naya. Rest in peace. You will be missed. Basically, best tool. It's a black hole!
Oh my.
Oh no!
Ah! Screams. Terror intensifies. Okay, we'll do this. Let's just delete these. Yeah.
I kind of forgot to mention this one last week, but something interesting I wanted to bring up last week was the choosing stone. I wonder what its thoughts will be on mud pie and cheese pie.
The what, sorry?
A little something I forgot to mention last week, the choosing stone. I wonder what its thoughts will be on mud pie and cheese pie.
Wow. What do you say? There's no island. What am I doing?
Yeah, you saw that bad. We'll just say this there.
Looks like a.
I like it.
Okay, perfect.
What, are you trying some new form of Diglett?
I was trying to draw a normal thing.
I had to.
Perfect. Okay. What?
I want to check your layers on that.
Well, yeah, why is it filling in everything? What the- Oh, okay. There it is. No, I just want you to fill in. Oh, there's a hole.
I was gonna wonder. I kind of noticed that.
This episode, this installation of Nate misses a hole in his paintbrush. Nope. We spend way too long. Oh, so let's put this over both layers. Look at that. Look at that. That's professional. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. We need like a scratchly brush. Like this one. Oops. Okay, perfect. Come on, really scratchy. Ooze. Turn that ooze up like 58%. Hundred. Number of lines. Alright, distraction lines. Whoa.
Oh.
What? Maybe we need a different one. Edge, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I mean, I think this is the best one we got. So we got to do like a no. The Spanish where? Perfect. Where? Spanish where? Activate.
Yeah, there you go. I never got your guys' comments, by the way. Although something I forgot to say last week, the choosing style. I wonder what its thoughts are going to be on mud pie and cheese pie.
Well, what are your thoughts, Alex? Then
I have a good feeling it'll fall in their favor.
ooh, it's like a swashbuckling too. Wow. This is a masterpiece, no? Oh shoot, I missed something.
Oh, now.
Okay, I fixed it. Oh wait, it's off to the front anyways. I was putting a hole for the horn, but apparently they just kind of wear it short with the point out. Yeah, I think that adds a lot too if I just do this.
Yes.
Definitely.
Companion cube isn't wood though, so. What is companion cube anyways? Like, what is it made out of, do you think? What is a companion cube made of? Companionship?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell.
It's funny. It's funny. I'm familiar somewhat with something, and yet I don't. Yet I don't want. Yet it's funny. I'm familiar with some things from a certain franchise, and yet I don't play or watch.
This isn't Overwatch. This isn't Overwatch.
I said I'm familiar with some things, and yet I don't watch or play it.
Oh.
Like I can recognize a Portal cube, but I haven't played Portal or
Yeah.
Portal 2.
Yeah, I haven't played Portal or Portal 2 either.
What?
Although I did watch a live stream of Portal 2 the night it came out. I was up all night.
Wow.
Was it worth it though?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Glenn was amidst defeat and let you go.
When life gives you lemons, make life take the lemons back. Make life rue the day it tried to give Kay Johnson lemons. All right, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I kind of like this whole black and white aspect because it's clean. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, looks good.
Reminds me a little bit of Calvin and Hobbes, actually.
That's true. That's true. I'm sorry that I like kind of toot my own horn a lot. I think I kind of do that just because it makes me feel better. Like I'm trying to, I'm like, is this all right? I don't know. Oh well. But all right, I think I need to go to bed. That was a fun drawing. I like that. That was a lot of fun. So normally we ruin the art by adding jokes to it, you know, off to the side. This incorporated jokes. The jokes don't ruin it. They enhance it. And it's even a comic. We got a comic. We got lots of new stuff this week. We got the comic based on the episode that we watched. They're even arguing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they're one of them is looking for treasure. One of them's just having fun dressing up, you know, and is being rudely interrupted by him. So, yeah, pretty great.
There it is, your black and white. Are you trying to do something like a shadow thing?
Huh?
Are you trying to do something like a shadow thing? Because sometimes a lot of artistic, because a lot of times they don't. A lot of times they have a central color when the central color in a backlit sort of way. Central color in a backlit sort of way.
I'm kind of just coloring them one big solid color because it's kind of fun. And sometimes cartoons, if they're too lazy, cartoonists, if they're too lazy, they just, you know, they're like, if they're too far away the character and they don't feel like coloring all of the character in with all the random colors the character is made of, they just color it in all blue or something. You know, like if Rainbow Dash was far away, they're just like, yeah, she's just blue mainly. We'll just color in mostly blue. And everything she touches is blue. But all right, I gotta go to bed, guys, because yeah, I gotta get up really early tomorrow.
Okay.
I guess we can all agree that, well, this one was a bit interesting, and in fact that only two of us actually liked this episode. One of us was like, eh?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent episode. It was a pretty decent episode. It wasn't the best from the season. It was interesting, but
It was funny.
it was one of the funnier, yeah, definitely. It kind of had the visual gag type thing going for it. Which, I mean, that's kind of what we did here. All right. Yeah, it was an interesting episode. I think we're all gonna always. There's only, you know, there's undeniably good episodes, right? That are, you know, kind of like the 100th episode and like some of the season finales and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, Starlight
Yes.
episode, like that Starlight season finales and stuff like that. Everyone likes those. But it's like, you know, there's episodes that are like always that almost everyone doesn't like, with like the breezies and stuff like that, where almost everyone didn't like the breezies.
Wait, people, I like that one.
No. Okay, so not always.
Funny. Yeah, that's funny. I remember a lot of positive reviews about that episode.
Okay, how about the racing one? The racing one. Not many people like that one.
All right, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Cart before the ponies.
Yeah.
From the most I heard, they was either rated okay shrug or yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Either so that usually if an episode's like okay, if they rate it okay, that means most people think it's like an episode.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So there's those types of episodes. There's obviously filler ones. That one's kind of obviously a filler one, where it's like, well, we don't know what to do, so we can just do it. It kind of it feels out of place. It's like racing carts. You're like, what? You know, like they've never even really used cars or anything like that. It's kind of,
Right.
That was honestly more of a soapbox kind of thing.
yeah, but even still, you can do an offshoot episode well, like the comic one where it's Spike and the main six become, you know, like the superheroes. That makes absolutely no sense, but everyone really liked that episode.
It's like, unlike the racing one, at least that one's memorable.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a bit like that. It's a bit like the Adam West Batman series.
Yeah. It depends on the character too. Everyone really likes certain characters, you know what I mean? You know, everyone's gonna get a character that they love, but there's like statistically characters that people like more, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you know, if it's like an Applejack episode, then people tend to not like it as much. Even though people like Applejack, they don't like Applejack episodes like we were talking about. If she's by herself, it kind of doesn't work usually, or it's kind of weird, you know.
It's interesting that the tables have turned, because for a while, Spike episodes were usually the groaners until season 6 came around.
Yeah, Spike has kind of come around. I hope that happens with like Applejack and stuff.
Hopefully they'll figure out how to write good Applejack episodes eventually.
They've got 7 seasons, 8 seasons now.
Well, better late than never.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a couple more. Doubt it. But anyways, yeah.
Okay, I guess that wraps us up pretty nicely. There were some technical difficulties that came about, but regardless, we made it through.
Yeah. We'll buff out those scratches, Captain. We can buff out those scratches for you, Captain, later.
So, thanks to a lot of people for joining us, and we will see you next week when the season gets back on track.
Hey! Yay!
So yeah, we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Later.